Today's briefing: a widely used Android SDK flaw that could let apps cross the sandbox on devices with crypto wallets. A new Lua-based malware running spear phishing against NGOs and universities. A pre-auth RCE exploited within hours in an open-source notebook tool. And a fresh phishing-as-a-service platform zeroing in on executive Microsoft accounts. Plus a quick patching pulse you can act on now. Welcome to your operational cybersecurity roundup. I'll keep it calm and factual, with clear takeaways you can put to work today. First, the daily trend. Multiple vendors release security patches or advisories addressing newly disclosed vulnerabilities. Key facts: coordinated updates are out across different product lines, and several advisories note active or likely exploitation scenarios. Why it matters: routine patch cadences are compressing as exploit timelines shrink, and attackers continue to target internet-facing services and popular developer tools shortly after disclosure. Defender takeaway: prioritize risk-based patching this week. Tackle internet-exposed systems and high-impact products first. Validate successful deployment, and monitor for post-patch anomalies that could indicate exploitation attempts preceding your rollout. EngageLab SDK flaw exposed 50 million Android users, including 30 million crypto wallet installs. Headline context: investigators detailed a now-patched vulnerability in a widely used third-party Android SDK. Key facts: the flaw allowed apps on the same device to bypass the Android security sandbox and gain unauthorized access to private data. It affected apps embedding this SDK, with potential exposure for millions of cryptocurrency wallet users. The vendor has issued a patch. Why it matters: cross-app data access breaks a fundamental mobile platform control. For wallets and finance apps, even transient unauthorized reads can translate to account takeover or fraud if session data, keys, or sensitive metadata are mishandled. Defender takeaway: inventory Android apps in your fleet and dev pipeline that embed EngageLab SDK and ensure they're rebuilt with the patched version. Enforce mobile device management policies that restrict sideloading, require current OS versions, and deploy mobile threat defense to detect abnormal cross-app behaviors. For high-value users, review app permissions and revoke unused wallet or finance apps until verified patched. New LucidRook malware used in targeted attacks on NGOs and universities. Headline context: a newly observed Lua-based malware family is being delivered through spear phishing campaigns focused on Taiwan's non-governmental organizations and academic institutions. Key facts: adversaries are using tailored lures to deliver a Lua payload, highlighting continued investment in non-traditional languages to evade detection and reduce signature overlap with common families. The activity is targeted rather than widespread. Why it matters: NGOs and universities often operate with distributed IT and variable hardening, making them attractive for credential theft, data exfiltration, and access into broader ecosystems. The use of Lua can frustrate static detections tuned to more common binaries or scripts. Defender takeaway: tighten mail hygiene and user awareness for at-risk departments. Enforce attachment sandboxing and link rewriting. Block execution of unknown interpreters where feasible, and monitor for outbound connections from academic subnets to newly registered domains. Consider inbound isolation for high-risk mailboxes and apply least privilege access on research and admin systems. Marimo RCE flaw, CVE 2026,39987, exploited within 10 hours of disclosure. Headline context: a critical vulnerability in Marimo, an open-source Python notebook for data science and analysis, was exploited rapidly after it became public. Key facts: CVE 2026,39987 carries a CVSS score of 9.3 and enables pre-authenticated remote code execution. Observers recorded exploitation within 10 hours of disclosure, underscoring how quickly attackers move on developer-facing tools. Why it matters: notebook environments often run with access to sensitive datasets, cloud credentials, or internal services. A pre-auth RCE on an exposed instance can become a beachhead for lateral movement or data theft. Defender takeaway: immediately apply the patched release, or if not yet available in your environment, take exposed instances offline or restrict access to trusted networks and SSO with strong MFA. Review container and runtime hardening for notebook platforms, rotate credentials used by affected hosts, and hunt for signs of unauthorized process execution or anomalous outbound traffic since disclosure. New VENOM phishing attacks steal senior executives' Microsoft logins. Headline context: a previously undocumented phishing-as-a-service platform called VENOM is being used to capture credentials from C-suite targets across industries. Key facts: The service provides turnkey infrastructure and templates aimed at executive accounts in Microsoft ecosystems. The activity represents the latest escalation in specialized phishing services tailored to high-value roles. Why it matters: executive accounts often carry broad access, delegated rights, and sensitive communications. Compromise can enable business email compromise, financial fraud, and strategic data exposure with outsized impact. Defender takeaway: enforce phishing-resistant MFA for executives and their assistants. Apply conditional access with strict session controls. Block applications used to reduce attacker foothold. Monitor for outbound connections to suspicious domains, and monitor for anomalous sign-ins to executive accounts. And require step-up verification for risky sign-ins. Implement targeted phishing simulations for senior staff. Lock down OAuth app consent, and monitor high-value mailboxes for anomalous rules, forwarding, and impossible travel events. That's the roundup. If this helped you prioritize, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this briefing with your team. Drop a comment with the actions you're taking, and I'll see you in the next update.